It's been a bit cooler than average so far this April. Parts of the region now today could see some weather, but the real question is rain boots or snow boots? We want to check in right away with First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green to find out what we should expect. And of course, once again, she is forecasting from home. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yeah, we could see both of those things, both snow and rain here today as we're working on a warm up in the valley. Yesterday, the big story was, of course, the wind. We were looking at winds gusting into the 40s for us for our Monday, and conditions are going to be a bit on that windier side later in the forecast. But today things are looking a lot better. No more of those 40s that we saw yesterday. Here's a look at our current conditions. We've got some wind speeds into the single digits right now, and wind that's out of the north for the most part here to start off our day. Now, we did talk about that chance for some precipitation. As we're looking off to the north and west, you can see there's some blue on the map, some pink, some green. A lot of it's still north of the border into Canada, and zooming in on an area where we've been seeing off and on radar returns up around the Devil's Lake Basin. Could have a few flakes in the Devil's Lake area right now as this continues to drop through. So keeping an eye on that place first, but all of us have the potential for seeing some snow and eventually some rain as our temperatures start warming up a little bit more here today. But you could see there's a good amount in southern parts of Manitoba and Saskatchewan, and that's all going to be swinging through here as we head through the day. A look at your temperatures. We are into the 20s in most areas. It's 23 degrees in Fargo, 25 in Grand Forks. Looking at 27 in Gwinner and in Devil's Lake. It's 23 in Wadena and 20 in Vedette. So temperatures generally into the 20s, 18 degrees in Bemidji though. Good visibility right now. We're going to keep an eye on that as the system moves in. Visibility, a good sign of where we're getting some precipitation. Here's a look at your hour by hour planner. Expect to have quiet conditions to start today, but of course we have that potential for some precipitation continuing heading into the morning and into the afternoon. And this is all along a warm front that's going to be moving through. So by the time we get into the afternoon hours, we've got some huge differences between east and west. You can see this particular model indicating that by the time we get into the late morning, early afternoon, this is changing over to rain, though we can't rule out those of us in the northern valley where we're cooler, seeing some of that snow mixed in. This is 5 o'clock. Now I want to point out those temperatures where we've got the rain, the cloud cover. We're looking at temperatures into the mid 30s, Vedette 35 degrees at that point. But then check out Ellendale. 65 degrees. So you can see where the warmer air is taken over. Some sunshine there too, also helping to warm things up. Fargo into the mid 50s. Could be much cooler up toward Grand Forks where we're a little bit more stuck underneath the clouds here today. So it's going to be a range of conditions yet again with the nicest weather down to the south and west. Heading into the rest of the day today, or rather tonight, you can expect to see some quieting weather in general. We'll see a little bit of a breeze as this moves through, but can't rule out the potential for some precipitation even as we head into the early part of the day tomorrow before this round moves on. Here's a look at your photo for today. A shower passing through. We've seen a lot of those, mainly snow showers lately, but you could see that rainbow there in the Gary area. Thanks, Diana, for sharing your photo. And we'll take a closer look at that 7-day planner coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, I'm ready for the warm-up again. It's like we get a little taste, and then we have this, but be patient, right?
Right. I think that we've got some pretty nice weather coming. Even if you don't enjoy it today, tomorrow looks like a much better day.
Can't wait. Thank you, Lisa. I knew this morning a Minnesota man is safe after his car wound up in the Grand Marais River over the weekend. Polk County deputies were called to a single vehicle accident on County Road 19 near 420th Avenue Southwest just before 7 Sunday night. That's north of East Grand Forks. Deputies arrived to find a car partially submerged in the creek's water. The driver, a 21-year-old man from East Grand Forks, was able to escape without any injuries. There's no word yet on what caused the crash or if the driver is facing any charges. Grand Forks police are asking for help identifying the owner of a dog who they say attacked another man's neck Monday afternoon. Police were called to the 900 block of 12th Street South around 1 for a man who said that a dog ran up to him on the street and bit him on the neck. The dog is described as a large brown and tan dog with shorter hair, similar to a pit bull or boxer. They don't know if the dog was wearing a collar. Police need to confirm the animal's rabies vaccination and speak to a man who helped the victim. You can contact the Grand Forks Police Department if you have any information on this incident. Heads up for drivers in West Fargo. Crews will be closing lanes on Cheyenne Street this morning. Starting at 8, expect to see some orange cones blocking parts of the street from Beaton Avenue to 32nd Avenue. Crews will be out wrapping up road work in that area. The project is expected to last until next week, April 23rd. North Dakota health officials reported 3 new COVID-19 deaths yesterday, bringing the total now to 13. There are now 627 positive cases in the state. 17 people are currently in the hospital. And we've learned these specific numbers coming from a COVID outbreak at LM Wind Power in Grand Forks. 426 tests were performed last Thursday. 99 came back positive. 323 were negative, and 4 couldn't be run. There were also 29 positive tests from outside that testing event at the plant, bringing the total number of positive cases associated with LM Wind Power to 128. OSHA has confirmed to Valley News Live that it's looking into LM Wind Power to determine if standards and regulations were violated. Minnesota has a total of 2,470 positive COVID-19 cases, with 1,202 patients no longer needing isolation. There are 237 patients currently in the hospital, with 126 of them in the ICU. The death toll is now 143. Clay County now has 62 cases, and most other neighboring counties have gone from 9 to just 1 case. After a handful of workers at a Minnesota pork processing plant came down with COVID-19, health experts jumped into action. 33 workers at JBS Pork Processing in Worthington have now tested positive for COVID-19. Union leaders say steps were underway to stop the spread, screening all workers, sanitizing and slowing production. But eventually, officials urged JBS to close.
The handwriting was on the wall, so to speak, that this had the potential to grow significantly larger than it currently is.
JBS processes 20,000 hogs a day, so sitting idle will have a huge economic impact. How severe depends on how long the closure lasts. Worthington's city administrator says JBS is not only a major employer, it impacts farmers, feed mills, and other related industries.